Hey, what's up, everyone? Thanks for tuning in. This episode's going to be about Terence Crawford fighting Sebastian Fundora, um, the 6'5" Sebastian Fundora that just beat Erickson Lubin. So the reason I say this is I think he made big headway. I think the comments he made about the cheat code was just caught on fire and just grew, and and a lot of this is happening in boxing where you have mismatches. You have Shakur Stevenson fighting Valdez. I think there's like 2-3 inch arm reach or height and arm reach. Um, you have Yorkis Gamboa that fought Terence Crawford. Um, and you had Manny Pacquiao, who was pretty much anyone in the welterweight division that was wanting a payday was chasing this tiny 5'5" dude, man. Um, that screams cheat code to me. That's Errol Spence. That's we didn't hear the cheat code when um, when Ugas beat Manny Pacquiao, and man, Ugas had some reach. He was just catching him from a distance. Um, but Manny Pacquiao's retired, and when it comes to boxing being exciting, you have to think about Fundura is not a polished fighter. He got dropped by Erickson Lubin, who got dropped in the first round or knocked out by Charlo. And you think Terence Crawford should be able to move up in weight and fight him. And the reason I say fight him is because I don't think he's not gonna get Errol Spence, in my opinion. And if Errol Spence loses and he has to fight, um, if he has to fight Ugas, he's just not gonna get the respect from that type of fight. And the fact that he's saying that that's a cheat code, that means that he's probably doesn't want to fight anyone taller than him. And I think Terence Crawford's what, 5'9", something like that, 5'9", 5'8", 5'9", or 5'10". I need to check, but a lot of these fighters, I think even Errol Spence, for a long time, when people say, "Hey, would you fight Canelo and Terence Crawford?" I think he was asked if we would fight Canelo, and he just smirks. And these guys are not looking to go up in weight and challenge anybody. And as good as they are, as versatile as Terence Crawford is, he's just not exciting. He hasn't fought anyone exciting. And when you think about Manny Pacquiao, his performances, and then the old warriors like Barrera and Barrera Marquez and El Terrible Morales, these guys all had trilogies. So they were dogs out there, man. It made you want to watch boxing. And now it's the sweet science and hit don't get hit, and it's acceptable to do a Mayweather and run around for half of the fight and only fight at the end and touch some people up. Um, and that's what it created. And you see that in Charlo when Tyson interviewed him. Hey, what about fighting, you know, Errol Spence? And they don't care about it. And the fact that Terence Crawford made the comment about the cheat code kind of tells me that I now believe I guess it can be a negative thing because it makes you wonder if he's even interested in going to the 154 division, and if he's not and does not do that, I think I think it's just gonna be a boring career. I was pretty convinced he was. I was pretty convinced, hey man, he's gonna do it. He's gonna end up fighting someone at that weight division. If he does, good for him. And Uh, I think he I think he does something with his career. I think he brings excitement to the sport that no one else is bringing. But other than that, no one else is doing anything like out of the ordinary. Like all the 154 pounders stay there, and they're super tall. You have all the 154 division. I don't even think they're fighting each other, man. Um, the welterweight division isn't gonna fight each other. No one's gonna fight the young guys and Garcia and Duran in his boots. Once Ugas or Spence win or Terence Crawford, they're like kind of avoiding each other, and then you have the promotional companies. It's a mess. It's almost like not even watching it, and then they're if you ask them, hey, what about moving up to fight like one um, Jermil or Jamal Charlo, they say, oh no, that's too heavy, and maybe it is too heavy for them. And instead of talking shit, and what I mean by that is myself talking shit about these boxers. It's you have to just I have to just realize that they're just gonna be basic fighters that fight in their weight class, like a 5'8" fighter that just fights nothing but 5'8" fighters. But what kind of pisses you off is they were all chasing Manny Pacquiao, um, because they had the cheat code. They wanted to be able. That's an easy win. I guess we're all like that, easy money. Everyone's gonna chase something easy. But like I said before, beating Manny Pacquiao, Ugas, but beating Manny Pacquiao uh, didn't didn't make him a pay per view star. People still don't wanna. I don't think I'd want to watch Ugas fight. He's not very exciting, depending on who he fights. Um, I think the Spence and Terence Crawford are both going to be exciting fights. So that's not true. I think those are going to be competitive fights. Um, but I don't see Ugas going up to 154 or moving up ahead of that. And he's a big ass dude. But he's still not going to do that. And that's why boxing is just very basic. And it wasn't before. There was a lot more activity, wars, trilogies, uh, small guys going up to bigger weight classes. And the reason that's not happening is because Terence Crawford doesn't have huge legs like Manny Pacquiao did. So he doesn't have that. He doesn't have he's versatile and creative at 154, at 147. At 154, I think he's going to be a little bit less good because he's not going to. I think everyone else's body's going to kind of play a role. The fact that they're bigger men or fuller bodied men. Looks like Terence Crawford is a little bit. He's a little petite for his size, but he's going to go up in weight and he's versatile. If he's versatile enough, he can get away with the Floyd Mayweather style of touching and don't get touched, and that can get him somewhere. But I don't expect him to go up in that division and start knocking people out. Um, but I think he'll do good. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Fundora is a lot of buzz around the guy. Terence Crawford should go for it. I don't really think anyone else is going to fight him, but that's just my opinion. I could be wrong. He could get the Errol Spence fight. But in the meantime, I wouldn't be wasting my time. I think he KOs Fundora. But the impression that Fundora just left with Eric Lubison face is impactful. It's kind of scary to a lot of people, and everyone's gonna use that. The guy's lanky, man. It's not like he carries all this weight with him, but I am suspicious about how much he's rehydrating to. If he's rehydrating 10 pounds, I think it's right. It's a cheat code, but just like but then you also have to remember that everyone else is rehydrating. Anyone that Manny Pacquiao fought was rehydrating to a higher. What did what if Floyd Mayweather rehydrate too when he fought Manny Pacquiao? So he has the height advantage, and then he's gonna have a weight advantage, and everybody's doing it. Manny Pacquiao did it against El Terrible Morales. I mean, no, I think it's Barrera. They did it 2-1, which he should have been. I think Manny Pacquiao should have been stripped, but that's it for this one. That's what I think Terence Crawford should do. Tell me what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in the next one.